Alright, so what I'm doing today is I'm planning a plaid. So I'm going to kind of show you my process, and I'm going to do it by trying to match this hat. So I got this hat secondhand, and I absolutely love it. It's really cute, but as usual, when you buy a plaid, for some reason, they never have like a matching set. You just find like one object, and you have to hope to find similar stuff. Not today. Today, we are going to match it. So I went through my fiber and I looked at this hat closely, and I found this tan, which is very similar. This dark brown, which is also very similar. And then I see we have just a little bit of charcoal in this hat right there. And then lastly, we have just a thin line of orange. So I went ahead and grabbed all of these colors and brought them all together. So what we have here are fairly similar matches. So when we're complete, it should look fairly similar. What I did after that is I actually took a measuring tape and I measured all the different groups, and I got how much each block takes on the hat in order to make it as accurate as possible. So I measured the different sections. So using my measuring tape, I found the widest section is 1 7/16 of an inch. And then I compared all of these and wrote them down. So I put them all into the 16th of an inch so that it fit on the measuring tape and it was easier to convert. Now, the cotton I have is an 8/4 cotton. So you can definitely try to do that at 16 ends per inch, but that would be very tightly woven. I usually do about 12 ends per inch for a cotton like this. And I don't have these colors in an 8/2 cotton, which you can easily do at 20 ends per inch. But again, there's a little bit of math there. So what I did instead of trying to do all the math, because I'm kind of lazy, is I took the measuring tape again and I lined it up and counted how many threads would go in each section in order to match that percentage. So in order to get that 1/16 of an inch and so on and so forth. Because this is a full pattern, the full block is roughly about, it's hard to measure on the hat because the way it's shaped. It's probably about 3.5, a little over 3.5 inches in order to get the full repeat, I would say. Maybe 3.5, 4 inches. So we needed to match it. And what it does is a repeat. So when it goes, it is a 10-step repeat with 11 being the center. So it goes brown, tan, brown, gray, brown, tan, orange, tan, brown. And this large center chunk of the brown is the center. And then it repeats in the opposite direction. So it does the exact 10 steps we had before that, brown, but backwards. So it now goes brown, tan, orange, tan, brown, gray, brown, tan, brown. So I just counted them out. I wrote them down as I went through and I looked at it to get the exact order. And then I measured each step on how many inches or how many 16ths of an inch it was. And then I converted that to threads. So what I ended up getting is for a brown, I would need 3 threads, tan 2, brown 1, gray 6, brown 1, tan 3, brown 3, tan 3, orange 1, tan 3, brown 15. And then I would just do that backwards for the other side. So the thing is, after I put that on a 12 dent heddle, that gives me roughly about 5.3 inches for the full pattern. on the repeat and everything. So looking at that, it's going to be a bit wider than this, but that's fine. And taking that into account, though, I have to decide what I want to do. So if I'm going to make a scarf, you generally want that to be, at least 8 inches, right? But potentially 10 or 12. So if I want, I can do the repeat twice, where that would give me just a little over 10 inches. And after shrinkage, it would probably bring it to about 9, 8.5, 9, which is a great scarf width. If I times it by 3, that would give me about 16 inches. And then after it shrinks down, it would probably be about 13, which is a little thick. Or if I want to say, hey, look, I can see this hat. It's got 2 orange threads right here. That's 2 orange threads, but it's a much finer thread. So I don't want any of my threads to be less than 2. I want all of them to be 2, none of these single threads. Not having it. I can double all of the thread counts to match that. And then when I do the pattern just one time, it will be about 10.6 inches. So after shrinking, it'll again be roughly 9 inches, which is a pretty good scarf width. And if I doubled it, it's between a small shawl and a large scarf, because it'll be about 21 inches. And that, once it shrinks down, will be probably closer to 19, but still quite large for a scarf. It's more like a small shawl. It'd be thrown over the shoulders. So that's basically where we're at right now. We just need to decide which one we need to do. I don't have a ton of this. This is my only roll, so I'd have to order more if we go too big. But that is definitely something we could look at, is if we wanted to go bigger, do I need to get an extra roll of this tan? Let me know what you guys think. But this is basically how I plan a plaid, is I find a plaid I like, and then I try to mock it. And if I like the pattern, but I want a different color, I write out the pattern, I write in the name of the colors I would prefer, and then I switch them out. And it's quite simple. So there are fun ways to plan plaids. This is one way I do it, and hopefully we'll make an awesome plaid scarf together. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the size. Do we want to do exactly how I have it written down right now and do the repeat 2 to 3 times? Or do we want to double it to make sure we have at least 2 threads of each color? Then we will double the entire pattern and then just do it once or twice. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment below, share it with your friends. Let's get some votes here, and y'all have an awesome day.